everybody, welcome back to another unboxing and toy review. Today we have by Mattel, Masters of the Universe Revelation He-Man. This figure is based off the Netflix original TV series. A lot of mixed reviews on the TV show itself, but if anything good came out of the TV show, we got a great line of awesome figures. So, me personally, I didn't mind the show. It wasn't what we were promised, but for any He-Man fan, it was nice to see all the classic characters. I had a couple of these figures for a while now, but I didn't want to start reviewing until I had He-Man. He-Man is the main figure, the main character, so I had to start with him. So here's a look at the side. Awesome artwork on the side. Artwork on the back. So I currently do have He-Man, Mossman, Skeletor, and Evil in. So I'm probably going to do them in order. The other side. I'm not much of an inbox collector, but I really do like these boxes as well. So, and I think until I get my display set up, I'm probably going to keep these in the box. But I got to take them out and do a review because I'm curious and excited to see what these guys are actually like. So let's get them out and take a closer look at them. Alright, so here he is outside of the package. It comes with, obviously, a sword. Awesome job on the sword. Comes with a shield. Really like the design of the shield too. I'm curious to see how he's actually going to hold on to him, but you know, overall looks great. Comes with an open right hand, and he comes with a open left hand. He already has a closed fist on this one and an open hand on this one as well. This figure comes in at a little over 7 inches, and the figure has over 30 points of articulation. So here's a look at the front of the figure, side of the figure, back of the figure, the other side, and bottom of the figure. 2 peg holes on the back of his heels, and his hair on the top. So here's a closer look at the head sculpt. Not the biggest fan of the head sculpt itself. I think it still looks good. Just I'm so used to the original He-Man and everything else. So, and we don't really see him a whole lot in the show to have a whole lot to go by. So let's go over articulation quick. His head goes all the way around, back and forth like so, and a little bit of wiggle to the left and right. His arms go all the way around. Arms go up this far. There is a bicep swivel, double jointed pinless elbows, looks great, moves great so far. His wrist goes all the way around and back and forth. Same with the other side, back and forth, all the way around. There is a ball joint there for the torso. Goes this far and around this far. So there's no full rotation with this one. I really like the old action figures where they were spring loaded, so you twist them back here and they used to pop back. You almost get the same feeling from this one. It swivels and then it pops back on its own, so it's pretty cool. You do get a full rotation at the waist. The legs go out this far and go back this far. Those legs comes out this far. There is a upper thigh cut, double jointed pinless knees, which is great. Love the pinless joints, big fan. There is a boot rotation, and his ankles go down this far, forward this far, and all the way around. Shield slides on like this. Stays on nicely with this hand. I will switch over to the other hand to see if it's better holding the shield with this one. Definitely not coming off, going anywhere with this hand. Switch out this hand as well, so you can hold the sword. So here he is holding the shield and sword. Gotta say, this guy looks amazing. He does, you know, it's a different look than what we're normally used to with vintage or retro figures. But I gotta say, I do like it. And it makes for a cool, interesting figure. His armor is removable. if you want to take it off. And his chest armor is removable as well. So here he is without his chest armor or his chest piece. All greased up and shiny, just like a wrestler. Still looks pretty cool, but to me, you can't have He-Man without his armor. And his armor fits on like this. It just snaps in on this side. And snaps in on this side as well. So after a bit of messing around, I finally got his armor back on. You can tell already that this is very soft plastic. Not sure if you can tell on the camera too that his head is actually a different tone and different plastic than what his body's made out of. Same thing with his arms. Legs feel different than his body as well. So I don't know why his body is shiny and his arms and legs are a different type of plastic. More of a dull appearance. So I think his hands are his hands match up pretty good. So there's only his body that seems a little bit off with the rest of the figure. So different complexion for the head, and the body and legs are seems to be made out of different type of plastic. Still a great looking figure. I don't want to pick on it too much. You can see that they added a little bit of brown in through his hair, a little bit different shading here to give it a little bit of texture. I wish they put a little bit more effort into this part, to his waistband, just to give it a little bit more. It looks really cheap to me. I think they could have did a bit more with it to make it a little bit better. Same thing with his wristbands there too. I mean, they put so much detail into the boots, the way the wrap is and everything else, and then even like the coloring too. Different shades of brown and a little bit of black mixed into it, make it look like almost like real leather. And then you get up to a metal waistband, and just to have it look so cheap and plain. Yeah, so it's one thing about the figure that I think they could have did better with. His head itself seems a little bit small for his tall body. I mean, it's a pretty, I don't know if you can pick up on the angle off the camera or not, but it's a pretty big figure with a small head. I wish his head was a little bit bigger. It would just look a little bit better overall to the aesthetic of the figure and proportion. His body is way bigger than his head, so not really proportion great, but still looks amazing. Don't get me wrong. I don't regret buying this figure, not one bit, so you know, it's not that big of a deal. But yeah, good detail in all the fur, good detail on his boots, good detail on his overall muscle definition, and even the shape of the muscles too. I think they did a great job. Here's a comparison to Batman White Knight, which is also a 7-inch figure, so it's a pretty close in height there. And here he is next to Punisher, which is a standard size 6-inch Marvel Legend. So it's a pretty decent sized figure. And these figures are the same price here in Canada as Marvel Legends as well. So one more figure for comparison. Next to Superior Venom. This is definitely one of my favorite figures ever released from Marvel Legends. So some people have grails, and this was one of my grails. This was one of my most sought after figures when I started collecting Marvel Legends. So just to do another couple of comparisons, here he is next to Evil Lyn from Masters of the Universe Origins line. And just for fun, a Wolverine Mezco. This is a big figure. I mean, it's a 7-inch scale, so it's a 7-inch figure for the same price as Marvel Legends. Take that all day long. Yeah, not a lot to complain about with this figure. Very excited to finally have this figure, and even more excited to finally get this guy out of the package to see what these guys are actually like in hand. This guy looks way better in person. Like I said, just some minor things that kind of bothered me a bit, like the proportion of his head and to his body. Just a slight shade difference, complexion difference in his arms, legs, as opposed to his body. And for some reason, his body is very shiny, and the rest of his legs, arms, and face are a different texture altogether. And the only other thing that, like I said, is a negative of the figure is I wish they put a little bit more detail into his belt and into his armbands. They did so well with the boots and the fur and his hair and just overall appearance of the figure that when it got to a belt, like, I mean, it's a big piece. It's very noticeable. And in certain lighting, I mean, it kind of blends into his skin. So I think they could have improved upon his waistband a bit and his wristband as well. But yeah, that's the only negative things I can say about the figure. Overall, all the good things I can say about the figure, I mean, look at him. The guy looks amazing. I like the shield. I like how the shield fits. The design of the shield, it fits on nicely. I do like his armor. The overall design of the sword itself is great too. Here's a closer look at the sword. There's more of a silver paint going down here, and here it's kind of a gray, and they do have a bit of detail in the handle itself. So I think, to me personally, the sword looks awesome. That's pretty much it for my unboxing and review. Overall, I'm going to give this guy a score of 9 out of 10. Besides a few minor things, like I mentioned earlier, that they could have improved on, overall I still think this is a great figure. Definitely happy that I bought him. I'm very excited for the rest of the figures in this wave. I have Skeletor that I'm probably going to unbox next. Very excited about Skeletor. Can't wait to get him out of the box as well. If you have this figure, let me know in the comments below what you guys think of him. What do you guys think about the figure line so far? And what do you guys think about the TV show? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you like what you see and you enjoy our toy reviews, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell to keep you up to date with all of our content. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Keep collecting and stay safe.